Hey everybody, and welcome back to our video series on building better digital experiences. If you haven't found it already, we've got an awesome white paper that outlines all kinds of thoughts and criteria that you might want to consider when you're building a digital experience or picking a good platform that underpins all that for you. On this video, we're going to go into one of those criteria, which is the economic value, the importance of evaluating that economic situation properly when you're choosing a digital experience platform. Correct. I think the common mistake here, and I know that everybody watching is very smart and diligent and whatnot, but we've seen it a lot, and that's just evaluating the price, just looking at that number and then making a decision based on that alone. And obviously it makes sense when we say it now, but you need to build the whole entire business case around what is this going to become, what's your digital experience going to do, what is the revenue opportunity, what's the cost savings opportunity, and how does what this whole project, including implementation and the license, advance the overall goals and growth plans or cost savings plans for the business.
Absolutely. And again, having done this for so many years, whenever we get an RFP and it's just Chinese menu spreadsheet of I need to know that it has this and every vendor just checks a box. Right. And then at the end is the itemized list. And then at the end, what's the price of the software? What might be the price of the implementation? Right. And then the customer goes with the lowest case. They didn't do their due diligence here.
So I think my favorite responses or moments when we're having those conversations is tell me about the economic situation that you're in. Tell me about the growth goals that you have. Tell me about where you need to find more efficiencies. And then let's have a collaborative discussion about whether or not we can bring a recommendation forward that enhances your digital experience, uses the right tool, and gets you those goals or better.
Yeah. And again, if the customer doesn't have that, we're either going to ask the customer to go back and
it may not be viable. Hey, you know what?
Or we need to just, we'll help you build out a plan with a roadmap before you can even get there. Because like you said, you want to maximize how much you can use the platform, especially if you're a larger business. And as you start growing, you may want to use this for an intranet, your website. You might want to use this for a dealer portal. You might want to use this for some supply chain. Whatever the criteria is, if you can maximize that, then we have an opportunity to look at different licensing, different out-of-box functionality.
Yeah. What size do you need?
What size?
Yeah. And I think, to your point, when we get to engage in more of a conversation together, then we're going to be bringing up opportunities, or a good partner is going to bring up, recommendations on how to tailor both the software selection and the implementation to optimize for that desired economic outcome that you want to be able to realize.
Yes, that's why we're there.
Yeah. And you mentioned intranets and portals. So there's a cost saving opportunity there. There's a workflow efficiency, a streamlining opportunity. And then obviously I was mentioning earlier, a good digital experience should also be able to enhance sort of the revenue generation opportunities for the business. And then if those numbers all make sense, then there's economic value. And part of that is the license cost. But I'm saying, don't just look at the sticker price.
Yeah, and it is part of that efficiency and growth. Right. So that last part of what you're talking about is saying you need to see how far you can take that platform, because you are going to acquire resources for this. You are going to have a long-term connection with a partner, and you need to just make sure that you really understand what the roadmap is, so that's the driver of your decision, and so not the lowest case number.
Yeah, and you're not being held back in the future by lack of scalability, and that there's probably even a licensing model or a growth model from that digital experience platform that allows you to grow together.
Yeah, and because that comes from the hosting and maintenance, it comes from everything.
There's hosting and maintenance and long-term value as well. Yeah, good point. Very good. It's all in the white paper, everybody. So go fetch it. And we look forward to talking to you on the next video. Cheers.
Take care.